They say nothing can get done in Washington because of this partisanship, of this left versus right, Democrat versus Republican stuff. But they are wrong. And let me tell you why. As divisive as everything is, there is one thing that unites Americans, and that is the belief that we should support American veterans, that those who serve their country deserve to be compensated and cared for fairly. Call it bipartisan, call it nonpartisan. This is an issue that every American can get around. But it's an issue that certain politicians and sometimes parties might start to backpedal on. But even when political leaders start to do that, the Americans who support those political leaders are definitely not aligned with them. As a matter of fact, we're living in a time right now where veterans' benefits are getting cut. The Department of Veterans Affairs is being slashed, and tens of thousands of veterans are being arbitrarily fired. There is not popular support for any of these policy proposals or actions. Nonetheless, those in power seem to think that it's a good idea. Well, on June 6th, Americans are going to unite for veterans and unite for America at a rally on the National Mall. Service members, veterans, military families, and everyone that cares about us are invited to join this rally. There we are going to show politicians that they should not be arbitrarily firing veterans, that they should not be slashing veterans' benefits, that they should not be deleting their healthcare options. And people might feel cynical about this. They might feel like there's too much partisanship for anyone to get any traction with something like a rally. Let me tell you, people who think that are wrong. If you believe in American democracy, if you believe that we can unite around veterans and that we can unite around America, I want to see you on June 6th on the National Mall at the Unite for Veterans, Unite for America rally. We're going to have the Dropkick Murphys put on a free show for you. And at this rally, we're going to be highlighting speakers, people who worked for the federal government after serving in uniform, who were arbitrarily fired. You're going to be learning from military families who were promised the ability to work remotely when they got stationed somewhere with their military spouse and have been, again, arbitrarily fired. You're going to meet VA doctors and other employees who were arbitrarily fired after dedicating their lives to serving American veterans. And we want you to be there to help amplify those stories and those voices so that everybody from the halls of Congress to the White House understand that this cannot stand, that we cannot allow veterans' benefits, healthcare, and employment to be slashed to save billionaires on their taxes. But don't wait until June 6th. Go to uniteforveterans.org, where you can pick up one of these shirts and you can start advertising this event. This is not just a shirt. It is a signal. It is a conversation starter. Our goal is to get tens of thousands of people down to Washington, D.C. to stand united for veterans and united for America. Because when we can gain momentum to fight for veterans, we can gain momentum to fight for all Americans. So join us around one of the last nonpartisan or bipartisan issues, and that is support for veterans. Go to uniteforveterans.org and join us in Washington, D.C. on June 6th.